Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. We now got the next 4 stages, stages 43 to 46 of the Fanhome release of Build Your Own R2-D2. Yep, it's R2-D2 we're building. That's the one that you can see in the background there that's being hidden at the moment by baby Grogu. If you want to get this for yourself, I'll put the link down here to the Fanhome website. You can get this all the way from pack 1. There are also some free gifts when you actually subscribe. And this t-shirt I'm wearing here is one of the free gifts that you get in this delivery. So I am sporting that for you so you can see what that looks like. Now we're going to be building the leg. We've got some electrics to do in this one. So we are going to need some parts from the last video that I did, which I've got here. And we are going to be creating this. Now this doesn't actually go together like this. I put it together just so you can see what it looks like. And then that will start to finish. I believe this is the right leg. I think it's the right leg that we're doing. But anyway, I really do hope you like this video. So without further ado, let's get cracking. We are going to be starting with issue 43, and that looks like this. I'll just show you through these magazines, because I don't know if you've actually seen some of these. You get a lot of information about the Star Wars universe. I mean, we're building a droid, but you're learning about Ewoks. So, pretty good. That's what that looks like. And to start this off, we are going to be doing a little bit more of part of these leg details here. So we're going to be piecing these details together and then putting this onto, this is like the ankle joint, I guess, isn't it? Yeah, it's the ankle fitting. So at the end of it, it's going to look just like that. So this is what this looks like. Get this open. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have 3 sections here. We've got one, this brace going over the top. And then finally, we've got this section here just going over the top of that. There is some notches inside so it can fit perfectly flat. And then we're going to be taking one of those silver screws and I'm going to be putting that through the end there to hold all of this together. So that's one, and that's in nice and tight. Do exactly the same on the other side. They've sort of spoilt it for us because when you get them and open them, they're already together. And then with the last 6mm silver screw down the end there, and once again put that together. All we're going to do then is we're going to be putting this onto this section here. So if this is facing down, we want to make sure these tabs here are also facing down, and we're going to lock these into position this way round. So underneath, these are facing down. So one this side and then one that side. That looks perfect. And then we're going to take the ankle joint, which we worked on previously, and that's going to be going on here so that these tabs here are going into the slots here, and then the holes are going over the lug. So when I put it in, everything's going to hold itself in together. Hopefully, like that. Absolutely perfect. And then all we're going to do is we're going to be putting this in place with some of the black self-tapping screws, which means I've got to go back to my box of tricks. And I've got 2 of them here already. I'll show you what they look like. They look like that. And then they're just going to go into the end right here. So that's one. As a matter of fact, let's see how this gets on with them. I should really be using this now, shouldn't I? Oh, I don't know if it's got the torque for it. Let's have a look. No, I don't know. It's not too bad. Not too bad. I could get it tighter, I reckon, with my... you can still use it like a screwdriver, as you can see. That was quite good, actually. Not too bad. So there you go. That's what that looks like. And that's all there is to do in that stage. This is stage 44. We are going to be doing some of the legs, and they have provided some fixing screws as well. So I'll try and point out what screws we need for each section. But this is what that's going to look like. We do need 2 parts, which we had on a previous stage, that look like that. I think these came, not sure what stage 42 they came in. So we're going to create the whole leg section here. So this is stage 44 here. Make sure I keep all these screws. You see where they were hidden? They were hidden right in the top section here. Now you can see why I throw so many things away. Okay. Now, The other thing about this build, they don't really help you too much with the screws. They just mix them up in the same bag. This is why it can be a little bit difficult to figure out what they are. But I've done this build before, so hopefully I can identify them for you. Get these two parts out. Okay. So, first thing what I want to do is I want to put these together. So, line them up and slot them in, which, of course, they need to go in that way, just like that. So that's the first one. We've got the second one here, which goes that way, and obviously make sure these are all the right way around there. And then we've got a little sort of tab in the middle with some lugs. We're going to put that together. We will have this butterfly sort of attachment here that's going to go down the middle. And then we're going to be holding that together with some nuts and screws, which are in this bag here. The funny thing is that the nuts are actually in one bag, but the screws you need are in another, because they're actually screwed in with silver screws. So what we're going to do is we're going to be putting the nuts in this side, like that. I'll break that side over for a minute, turn it over, then put a silver screw in the other side there. And I will try and have a use this electric screwdriver again. I've got to get used to using these, because look, they are handy. Look at that. That's excellent. I'm a kid with a new toy. So here's the second one. Put that one in there. Excellent. And then we'll just link these together on the other side there. Now obviously we've already done one leg, so this is the final leg that we're starting to create now. And there we go. And I can just use this to tighten up, which I think is quite handy as well. I like that. That's good. Okay, so we're going to be putting this into the leg section. This is the leg section that we had created previously. It's not actually fully together yet, but this is the side that I'm actually going to want. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put this around. I'm just going to check I've got it on the right way. I believe it is that way round. And making sure that these large holes here go over the large holes that we've got on this section here. So this is going to go in just like that. Make sure that's all the way in. I think that's round the right way. No, other way round. That way round. There we go. And that is how that goes in. Now we need to secure that in with 8 2.3 times 6mm screws. They're these black ones here. They're self-tapping. They look like that. So we get these all into these positions here. And that, if I put that back on there, just so you give you an idea of how this looks, that there is all there is to do in that stage. Okay, so stage 45 looks like this. Blue Harvest, obviously the working title for Star Wars, A New Hope. Just going to continue going down right to the end, and as you can see, we're going to be working on the electrics, the leg details, and some display components. So we've got the leg details here, but we have got one of the sensor displays there, which we are going to try. And I believe I've got all my electrics set up to get this done, so hopefully that will work. And then we're just going to complete one of the ankle fittings there. Okay, so this is stage 45. Let's have a look how this goes. Make sure there's no screws in there. We're good. We do have a bag of screws here looking like that. These are black. They look about 4mm screws. But we have got all the electrics here. So this is all the LEDs in there just like that. We're going to be putting that into this case here, so that when we put it in, the plug section of this is going to go through that hole there. So that's going to go in just like that with the lights facing up. Now we need to use some of these small black screws that we've got, because we're going to be screwing that into place, but you really don't want to over screw this. And the reason for that is because you are at risk of cracking this board. Now it takes 2 screws, so I'll get them in, show you what that looks like. Actually, it takes 3 screws. I was wrong. That's one at the top there, and that's the third one there. So that now looks like that. Okay, so we've got some electrics to put in. So got this lead here. make sure I'm plugging the right end in. We've got a big end and a small end there. So it's a smaller end I'm putting in, just like that. And then we want to keep this lead safe, just so you know, so don't lose that. I've got the test board here. This is what the test board looked like for this build. It's got 2 buttons on it, so plug this in, make sure the power pack's off. That's going to plug into this side here. And then what happens, let's have a look, all the way in. So I'm going to turn that on. And now, when I press this button S1 here, it should light up yellow, which it does, as you can see there. Yellow. When I press the other one, it should light up green, which it does. That's good. Perhaps when I press both, you know, I'm going to test it. We get both. We get green and yellow. I don't know if that's easy to see. You get the idea. So, unlike yesterday, that's a working part. I'm happy. So that was a successful working test, but we do need to keep this safe. We're not going to need this for a while, so I'll keep that with this lead here. All we're going to do then is we've got these parts here for some of the ankle details. We've got LPR28 on this one, LPR29 on this one, and this is just going to go into the shorter lug that we've got there. So this is going to go in just like, get it the right way around there. So if it's flat in there, and it looks like that from this side. We're going to hold that in with one of the screws I've got here. This is one of the black screws. Now these came in stage 44. So that's one of these here. That's one. That's fitted perfectly. And we're just going to mirror that on the other side here. So again, make sure it's round the right way. Basically, so the numbers are facing up. Then that just fits over the top. And then one of these self-tapping screws, looking like that, going into the top there. And then once again, we've got to keep them safe, because that is all there is to do in that stage. This is stage 46. There's absolutely loads to do in this. So I'm going to show you the magazine. Look at that, the latex design for Jabba the Hutt there. That's excellent. Turning that round, some of the droids there, which leads us to this page here. This is all we've got to do. We've got a leg section here, and we've got 2 metal details which we're going to slot into each side. That's it. So let's do this. So we do have another electric lead in here. Now I can't emphasize this enough, especially when we did the Bismarck build. Don't lose the leads. Keep them somewhere where you're going to be able to find them, especially in this pack, because they also provide us with some cable ties, and we're going to need these when we're starting to bind the cables inside the leg. So again, keep them safe. We're not actually using this in this stage, so I do have a drawer for this build, and as you can see, they've also provided us with some plugs which are going to hide the screws when we're actually finishing the leg off. So these are my paint pots. I always use these for painting, which is brilliant. Get this open. Obviously this is the other side of the leg now, so it looks like that. And then these are the slots that we're going to be putting in. Now make sure I put them in the right way. It's with this larger section here facing towards the shoulder, and they just slot into these grooves here. So we've got one in this side, make sure they get in the grooves there, and then we've got one in the other side, and that I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but that's all there is to do in that stage. So you get the idea. I mean, we've got wires to plumb through this, but then eventually this is going to go over the top like that, so that they can sit in the side. We'll have the wires coming through here and then out the bottom, and then the ankle will be going on this side, I'm guessing just around about here, like that. And then that will be the second leg created. And then it's after that that we're going to be, I mean, this is stage, let's have a look. This is stage 46 at the moment. In stage 50, I believe we start to get the dome for the R2-D2 head. And then that's when we're going to start working on the panels for that. So there you go. It's coming along, isn't it? And I do love to get to test the electrics. But once again, if you want to get this for yourself, I have put the link in the video description for the Fanhome website. Now, I am going to be live streaming tonight, hopefully, if my voice can hold out. And I am aiming to see the new Batman film this afternoon. So I'm going to chill out, with a nice coffee or Coke and just try and rest my voice. So hopefully it will come back. But I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.